All right, and we are live. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 9. I actually remembered it tonight. Episode 9 of Sports Night. I am your host, Walt, and with me, as usual, is my partner channel, my partner in crime, my buddy Steve from Stevesworld. Steve, welcome in, pal.
Thanks for having me, buddy. I'm very pleased that we started this show. It gives us something to do, and I couldn't ask for a better person to do it with. So I appreciate you, buddy.
That. Thanks. I appreciate that. And tonight, everybody, we are doing a special, thanks to Steve, a special episode of Sports Night. It, of course, is Mother's Day this weekend. And first and foremost, I'm sure Steve will echo, let us say thank you and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there. Moms
Absolutely.
Are incredibly important, and we are just so honored to all the moms to come out to our show and all our other streams. And we want to just say happy Mother's Day and thank the moms. Enjoy your day tomorrow. And tonight is about you. We're going to talk about our top 5 female athletes, and we're going to discuss our favorite Disney moms. Steve?
Yeah. Mothers are so underrated. If we talk about, those underrated questions all the time, mothers are so underrated. They do, they smash spiders, they clean for us, they do all that other stuff. Then they show us unconditional love all the time, no matter what. So make sure you take care of your mothers out there. They're they're just a wonderful part of our life and a great addition to our community. So thank you all you women out there that are mothers or will be mothers one day. Thank you so much for everything that you do for everybody.
Absolutely. And let me say hi to a few people in the chat. We have Zachary Pollock in here, Samantha Lowe, Greg's Disney World Adventures. Greg, welcome in. Nick, Magical News Live, welcome in. Explosive Phoenix, welcome to be here. Oh, welcome to be here. Welcome. I'm glad you're here is what I meant to say. Hey, Stacy Rogers, welcome in. Jamie B, welcome in. There he is. The legend himself is here. Everything's complete now. Arjan's is here, everybody. How you doing, Richard? Good to see you. Donna Jaworski, good to see you. Miguel Benitez. Hope you got something good for D tomorrow for Mother's Day. Brandy and Dave, welcome in. Good to see you as well. Wow, we got a lot of people in here. AJC Magic TV, welcome in. Zippity Doodad, Patrick, and his son, welcome in. Good to see you. I Disney, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here. We are talking about top 5 female athletes and Disney moms. We got 2 lists tonight, and we're going to have a good time with it. We really, really are. But again, moms, happy Mother's Day. Enjoy this tonight. We're going to have a good time with it. Jeff Dolwit Dad, welcome in. Good to see you, pal. Jack Sandy Claus Logan. And I think that gets us up to date. So let's get started. So, Steve, top 5 women athletes all time. And this is actually hard because there are a ton of great women athletes that you can pick from countless sports. So this was really difficult for me, but I think I got 5.
Yeah, I've narrowed it down to 5, but I can make an argument for anybody else on my honorable mention list, or anybody else that could be in here as well. So I try to pick people from different sports, just so we could talk about a little variety of things, and some that I'm actually familiar with that I kind of think maybe helped revolutionize their sport at some point in time. So
absolutely,
that's kind of what I went with.
Yep, I went with dominant, how dominant they were as well. But yes, revolutionized as well. Miguel says Serena Williams has to be number 1. There's phenomenal women athletes, but I mean, she's something else. I don't know. Maybe she makes the list. Maybe she doesn't. You never know. You'll have to wait and see. But you might be right. You never know. Anyway, so who's number 5? Do you have a 1 to 5, 5 to 1, or?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Number 5. Who's your number 5?
So number 5 on my list is Mia Hamm, who is the soccer player. I think she's not the goalkeeper. She's the
no, she's not the goalkeeper. That's
I'm horrible with. Are they strikers? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, so she plays soccer. Let's just say that she played soccer. She was a forward, is what it was. Sorry, forward. It took me a while. I'm not coached soccer in a long time. It's been a very long time. But she won 2 Olympic gold medals. She won the FIFA Women's World Cup twice. Mm-hmm. She has she played for 17 years, I believe, and that she is the face of what led to the popularity of women's soccer as it is today. And, you know, she happened to play with people like Abby Wambach and Christine Sinclair and people like that. But she is she held the record for the most international goals scored by a woman. And then now until she got beat by those two people. But she's just an incredible player. Now she's 47 years old now. She can't really play anymore. She's retired. I think she retired 5 or 6 years ago. Right. I don't know. Maybe it's maybe even longer than that. I mean, 15. I'm sorry, 15 years ago, not 5. Yeah, she's played in 42 international matches. She scored 14 goals in those matches in 7 different tournaments. I mean, she's just an incredible soccer player. So my number 5 is Mia Hamm.
Good pick. Steve really did his homework, everybody. Can you tell? Good job. Well, I'll be honest with you. A lot of mine are going to be older. I'll put it to you that way. But my number 5, I think this player is one of the greatest female tennis players to ever play the game. She was extremely dominant in her sport. She had 18 Grand Slam titles, like over 300 career title wins. She's a tennis Hall of Fame, and that's Martina Navratilova. She's my number 5. And if she's number 5, the 4 ahead of her got to be pretty darn good. But she was such a dominant player. Her and Chris Evert went at it all the time back in the day. But Navratilova, she was just so powerful of a player. She could overpower her opponent. Great titles. She's in the Hall of Fame. She's a great player who just dominated her sport for well over a decade, 10 to 20 years. She was just fantastic. Mia Hamm, by the way, did not make my list, Steve. But okay. What about Martina for you? Does she make the list for you?
Martina was actually my number 4, so it works out good because I'm gonna move her out. But
okay.
But Martina was an incredible. She was women's tennis back in the day. I know people talk about Billie Jean King and some others, but Martina Navratilova really set the tone for women's tennis.
I think so. I mean, she was just that much better than everybody else in her time. And Chris Evert was really good.
Oh yeah.
Martina was just in a class by herself for me. So that's my number 5. Who's your number 4? You said it was Martina, right?
It was Martina, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my number 6 and move it into number 4 slot. And,
okay.
And that is Ronda Rousey. And
there you go.
So Ronda is interesting. Not only is I think because of a few different things. So she's obviously was a mixed martial artist champion from the UFC. She was the first American woman to win an Olympic medal in judo. So she's been trained in martial arts, not only UFC, just that people think maybe it's not really a sport, but it is a big sport. She won her debut for King of the Cage, and she went on Strikeforce, and then she went on to UFC. Now she's even in a real sport. I don't care what people say, in professional wrestling, in the WWE. But she has gone through that whole cycle of, from where she came from to where she is now and going into the WWE, just watching her change and how dominant she was for a long time. Now, at the end of her UFC mixed martial arts career, she got beat twice in a row, I believe, but which sent her into the WWE. But even if it is a sport, whether it's a brutal sport or not, it is a sport. She won an Olympic medal in judo. She's, like I said, mixed martial artist all the way. And then being able to convert that into a wrestling career, to me, was just phenomenal. So I moved her to number 5. That's Ronda Rousey.
Gotcha. Absolutely. I want to say hi to Rob Fuzz. Welcome in, Rob. Good to see you, pal. Thank you for being here. Ronda didn't make my list, but fantastic athlete. She was so dominant early on in her MMA career. Nobody could even really touch her for the longest time. And
they were 30-second match. She was the Mike Tyson. She was the Mike Tyson of UFC, is what it was.
Absolutely. Yes, she absolutely was. The one thing I will say is when she fell hard.
Yes.
Like Tyson, to be honest with you. Same kind of thing.
Similar.
When they started downhill, it just kept going. It was a snowball. but she was fantastic. Great pick. I agree 100%. My number 4, I'm going college, but she makes pros, is Diana Taurasi.
Mm-hmm.
Connecticut. I think it was Connecticut, right?
Yes, UConn.
Yep. 3-time NCAA champion, if I'm not mistaken. She was the most outstanding player, won the most outstanding player award once, maybe more than once. I couldn't find that. Oh, by the way, hey, what's up, S. Rife? I want to say hi to him. Welcome in.
Wonder if that's Nathan. It looks like
Oh,
just
it
like
might
Nathan.
be Nathan. Yeah, it sounds like him. It might be. But Diana Taurasi, WNBA number 1 overall pick, dominant player in college, and she does really well in the WNBA as well. Just a fantastic overall player. Has really helped to revolutionize the game as well in the WNBA. I know there was Cheryl Miller back in the day, and there have been other ones, but Diana Taurasi was just such a dominant player, college basketball, and she is well known, and I just think she's fantastic. Steve, what do you think of that pick?
I just saw eye to eye put, is WWE a real sport though? Ducks from flying debris. So like it may be staged, but the training and the physical abilities that they have to go through.
I agree.
So,
yeah, I agree. Thank you, Zach,
just
for being here. I'm sorry, Steve. I just want you to head now.
No, you're right. Diana Taurasi was on my honorable mentions. I am a huge UConn women's basketball fan, more so Gino Auriemma. I think he's incredible. I love what they do
Great
there.
coach.
And in my opinion, Diana Taurasi is the best player to come from him. So yeah, without a doubt, she's honorable mention for me.
Absolutely. Good job. Good pick. And number 3 for you. And we do have honorable mentions, folks.
Yes, sorry. Okay, number 3 for me wasn't necessarily – it's a little different. Not as dominant as far as wins go, but dominant in the fact of revolutionizing the sport, and that's Danica Patrick. And
Very good.
The reason why I say that, and yes, she is competing in a men's-dominated world, but there have been people before her, women before her, that tried and failed. I'm not saying she hasn't succeeded, but she has won a race in NASCAR in her 50th race, which it was in Japan. I know it's not a big one, but she still won. And she has also been the pole. She won the pole of the Indianapolis 500, and she led the Indianapolis 500. She's got 2 second-place finishes, and she led going into the last. I don't remember how many laps, whatever it was. But it was very few laps left that she got past and finished second twice. So, to me, what she has done in a male-dominated sport, and we're not talking about her competing against women. We're talking about her competing against men. And she has won a NASCAR. She's finished the Indianapolis, the greatest race. Some people disagree, but the greatest race in racing, the Indianapolis 500, she's finished second twice, and she's been the pole sitter once. So what she's accomplished in that feat, in my opinion, makes her worthy of being one of the top athletes. And so I'm going to say Danica Patrick.
Good pick. A couple things in the chat real fast. Dole Whip Dad says Lisa Leslie talking about basketball, and Cheryl Swoops Miguel says as well. Absolutely great picks, both of them. I agree 100%. Danica Patrick made my honorable mention. She has done things. She has really opened the door for more women in the future to really go with this sport. I'm not a big NASCAR person myself. I agree. But she is well-deserved to make this list. In a world of men, in a sport dominated by men, she has really held her own. And like you said, she's been successful.
Yes.
She has been extremely successful in my eyes for what she's done. I think this is a great pick. She is very much an athlete, and she deserves to be on the list. She made my honorable mention.
Good. Yeah, she's incredible. So
Yep. Now I will say this: a lot of mine for athletes. I have some tennis players on this list. My number 3 is another tennis player. She goes back a little ways too. I think she was overshadowed a lot by Martina, and that's Steffi Graf. I thought that she was a fantastic tennis player in her time. Again, she won 22 Grand Slam titles. Just fantastic player. dominant again as well. She was more around the time of the Monica Seles, but she was there during Martina as well. Just a fantastic tennis player. What a great athlete. Again, 23 Grand Slam titles. She was just dominant in her time. And Steffi Graf, to me, who gets overlooked a lot, and I think she's much better than people give her credit for.
Oh, absolutely. She did not make my honorable mentions list because I had so many tennis players that I could have included in there. But yeah, she's definitely worthy of being on this list for sure.
Yeah, and she was one of those ones that had, like, Martina had Chris Evert, Steffi Graf had Monica Seles.
Yep.
And they were great because Monica Seles is really good too.
Yeah.
Before she had her incident over in, I think it was Germany, when the man attacked her on the court.
Yep.
She was one of the most dominant players in the sport. She never really came back from that, but that was kind of her Chris Evert, for her. But Steffi Graf is a great player. Yep,
absolutely.
That's my number 3. And real fast in the chat, couple things. Disney Eye to Eye says, "Oh, look, another left turn. Wait, is that? Yep, another left turn." That's true.
I like to use that joke as well for NASCAR.
Yep. So. And Jeff says, "Yep, Steffi is awesome. Loved her. Loved this topic. Good. I'm glad. I hope everybody's enjoying this." I do have Steffi Graf over Martina, in my opinion, Miguel. I do. Because to be honest with you, other than Chris Evert, I didn't think Martina, I don't know. You're right. I mean, I guess you could flip them, to be honest with you, and I would be okay with it. But, yeah, for me, there was something about Steffi Graf that I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I flipped him wrong. He's got a good point.
Well, like we said, we're talking about all of sports history here. We're not talking just about the top 5 women of one sport. So it's easy to make cases for all of them.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, I agree. And please, everybody, we love the feedback. That's the whole point of this is maybe you open my eyes to something else. Absolutely. But there you go. So that's my number 3. Number 2 for you, Steve.
Okay, number 2 for me is Nadia Comăneci, what's that? Nadia
Comăneci, absolutely. Good pick.
So she is a Romanian gymnast, and she was a 5-time gold medalist. Absolutely. This is way back when. I mean, she's 57 now, but she is a 5-time. What's that?
And she looks 30.
Oh, absolutely. She doesn't look like she's age today, but she was a 5-time gold medalist at the Olympics. She was the first gymnast to be awarded a perfect score of a 10 at an Olympic game. Mm-hmm. And then she also received 6 more perfect 10s to get to 3 gold medalists in that happened back in 1976. And, way back when in today's world, I don't know if many people would disagree with me, but physically speaking, women and men both are more athletic than they were back in 1976. Mm-hmm. So times have changed. People are taller, lifespans. It just as things progress, so do bodies and things like that. So back in 1976, when she was able to do it, though, it made it, to me, a bigger feat. Well, she had 6. She was the first one to get a perfect 10, and she got 6 of them, 7 of them total. So I'm sorry, 7 of them total, and got 3 of those gold medals in 1976. So she, in my opinion, put women's gymnastics on the map back then, and I still watch it today. I think it's pretty incredible at the Olympics. But she was phenomenal, revolutionized that sport, and still may be the best female to ever come out of women's gymnastics.
She's by far the best Romanian gymnastic Romanian to ever play to do that. She made my honorable mention. She was number 6 on the list. Very easily could have made the list. Incredibly, incredibly talented. You're right. She's definitely in the conversation for one of the greatest female gymnasts of all time.
Yes.
She's right there. I mean, you're right. She's first one to ever get a perfect 10. And she got 7 of them in the same Olympics. She's just unbelievable. She could probably compete today.
Yes.
I'm not kidding it. She is she's a fantastic.
There are events she could compete in for sure.
I agree. I really do. I think I think even at her age today, she could probably compete. But great pick, man. Absolutely. And Miguel said, great job, because it's true. It's about international players. There are so many great international players too. But I leaned obviously a little bit more to what I'm familiar with the American side. But that's a great pick, Nadia Comăneci. She made my honorable mention. So that was your number 2, right?
Yep.
Mary Lou Retton, Stacy says, great pick. Mary Lou was fantastic. Simone Biles is another one Jeff mentioned. Incredible athlete. Incredible athlete. Absolutely. But my number 2 for me, Miguel talked about her earlier, it's Serena Williams. She's number 2 to me. I think she's such a great athlete. I think she's better than her sister. I just do. I think she's better than her sister. 23 Grand Slam titles as well. Such a dominant player, whether it's doubles or singles, it doesn't matter. She wins all the time. And she's just a great, great, great tennis player, in my opinion. She's fantastic. So that's my number 2 is Serena Williams.
She's my number 1 because Serena is in again, like we go back to today's world, like I talk about when the competition is stiffer, when more people are on a better level. Mm-hmm. Serena has absolutely dominated the world of tennis in women's tennis. Mm-hmm. She not only does she have the 23 Grand Slams, she holds the most Grand Slam titles in singles, the most in doubles, and the most in mixed doubles. Mm-hmm. She has 39 major titles. Again, 23 of those are in singles, 14 are in doubles, and 2 are in mixed doubles. Mm-hmm. She is, obviously with her sister Venus, they've just dominated, but she also tied Steffi Graf for the longest number 1 world ranking at 186 consecutive weeks. Mm-hmm. And she has been number 1 since 2002. She has been number 1 319 weeks. So she has just absolutely dominated the world of tennis. So she's my number 1.
Yep. She's fantastic. I think she's fantastic. I totally agree with it. She's an unbelievably dominant player in her sport. And we may not see anything like her again, or at least not for a while.
I would agree.
It's what we see in the dominant, how dominant she is. We may not see it again. She's just fantastic. She'll go in the Hall of Fame, and she'll go in the Hall of Fame pretty easily. Steve, Jeff says she's the greatest of all time, and it's not even close. Okay. Yeah,
I would agree with him in the world of women's tennis.
Yep, in the world. Yeah, absolutely. Well, my number 1, again, I'm going track and field. I think this woman was probably one of the greatest track and field runners of all time. She did fantastic in the Olympics, and she's just an incredible athlete. She's no longer with us, but I think actually, you know what? Maybe I'm misinterpreting here, but Jackie Joyner-Kersee.
Yep.
12 gold medals. She had 12 gold medals, 1 silver, 2 bronze, just an incredible athlete. She won gold medals in the heptathlon and the long jump. Just a fantastic athlete. There was nothing like her. She was dominant again as well in her sport. She had 12 gold medals. She's just, to me, she was an unbelievable athlete. I think if she's not the greatest, she's definitely up there. But for me, I remember her. She was just fantastic. She was so dominant in her sport. And the heptathlon, for those that don't know, it's not easy. But I thought she was an unbelievable athlete, and she's my number 1 pick is Jackie Joyner-Kersee.
Yeah, and I believe she actually is still alive.
I'm thinking of FloJo. That's who I'm thinking of. Florence. That's right. That's who passed away. Another great athlete, by the way.
Yeah. So, but Jackie made my honorable mentions for sure, because not only on the field, obviously her incredible track and field record, she might be could be at least in this conversation for the greatest track and field athlete for women of all time. But she also she's extremely involved in children's activities, education, racial equality, women's rights, and all that. And she also, with all the feats that she had to do, and running is probably the most strenuous breathing. She actually overcame severe asthma to do that as well.
Yeah.
So
fantastic.
What she did with what she had was pretty incredible.
Yep, absolutely. And some people are talking about best women coaches. Pat Summitt. Yeah, that's a great pick.
Oh yeah,
she was something else. She absolutely was. But so that's our top 5. I do want to do a couple of quick honorable mentions. The only honorable mention that you did not already say that you had on your list that I still have on mine is Bonnie Blair. I think Bonnie Blair is a fantastic speed skater, incredible athlete, just wonderful, very dominant in her time. Again, she's older, but I think Bonnie Blair is a fantastic speed skater and a great athlete, so she made my list. Any other honorable mentions for you? A couple others?
Yeah, Bonnie Blair was also on my list as well. I filled out a few more just for honorable mentions, just in case we overlap. They were Lindsey Vonn, who's an alpine skier.
Yep.
Lisa Leslie for basketball. I put Carrie Walsh Jennings and Misty May Trainer for what they've done for beach volleyball.
Yeah.
And I also wrote down Michelle Kwan for figure skating. So
good job.
Those were my honorable mentions.
Yep. And some couple Stacy says honorable mentions to the fabulous Moolah and Mae Young.
I know exactly who she's talking about. She's absolutely correct. She is absolutely correct.
She is right. I agree 100%.
They actually have tournaments named after them.
They do. Yep. And Michelle Kwan, Disney Eye to Eye, said that. Yep, absolutely. Hey, Mr. Gonzo PR, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Absolutely. So great lists. Everybody, I hope you liked our lists on professional female athletes. There are so many different ones. You could pick 5 totally different people, and I'm sure you'd have a great case for those 5 as well. There are so many great female athletes out there. But we did want to take the second half, and of course, like we always do, we like to mix in some Disney. And since it is Mother's Day weekend, hey, Brian, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. Brian Eisenhart is here, everybody. Welcome in, Brian. Good to see you, bud. We did want to talk Disney moms. And we're going to talk about our favorite Disney moms. We don't necessarily have a list of like top 5 or 10, but we do have our list of our favorite moms in Disney movies, and we're gonna discuss them. And we want to know from you guys, who are your favorites as well. Tara Lipinski, somebody said Explosive Phoenix. That's another good pick. Tara Lipinski was fantastic as well. So, all right, Steve. So, who's one of your first Disney moms that makes your list?
Okay, so one of the first ones that makes my favorite moms is Lady Tremaine, because she took in Cinderella when no, I'm just kidding. So,
I was getting ready to say, where is he going with this?
I like the villains, and she is a favorite character of mine, but as far as a motherly figure goes, no. So the first one I'm going to go with is Queen Ariana from Tangled. So Rapunzel's true mother. This is a woman who lost her child. Every year on her birthday, remembered that child with the lantern ceremony, which is one of the most beautiful things in all of the Disney universe, in my opinion, one of the best scenes. But this mother never forgot her child. I don't think any mother would, but this one was special. And then when she looked into her eyes at the end, she knew that's her child. She knew who it was. So yeah, my favorite, she made my list for sure. Queen Ariana from Tangled.
Good pick. Good pick. Hey, Dan, Disney Dan, my other partner channel. Welcome, buddy. Thanks for being here. Everybody say hi to Dan. Steve, that's a great pick. Fantastic pick. She certainly is. And like you said, every year she never forgot her daughter. Absolutely great pick for sure. One of the moms that makes my list, and again, I'm going back, is the Little Elephant's mom, and that's Mrs. Jumbo from Dumbo. Now, I know we didn't like the live action, but in the animated, she's pretty awesome. She's there for him. She loves him. I love her character in it. I wish she was actually in the animated a little bit more. I love Dumbo's mom. I think she's awesome. Did she make your list at all?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think I told you before. I think I wrote down every mother just so I were on there. She definitely was high up on my list, though. The way she cares for her child, she got locked up for protecting her child during the movie. Yes, it was just an incredible. Yeah, she's on my list.
Yep. Hey, I want to say hi to Fishing 1976 and Brandy and Dave. I don't know if I said hi to you earlier, but if I didn't, I'm saying hi now. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being here. But yeah, so that was one of mine too. I love Dumbo's mom. I think she's fantastic, and it's one of those scenes that always gets me when they take her away. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But who's another one makes your list?
Okay, I don't think we're ever given her real name, but the next one on my list is Mrs. Davis, who is Andy and Molly's mom from Toy Story. So any mom who buys her kid all that perfect ensemble of toys makes the list anyways. But she's always caring. She's always, she's a mother. And even as the Toy Stories advance, she's on Andy to, clean his room. But they also do, the donations and they take toys to Sunnyside and all that. So I don't know. I really like her character. And so my next one is Mrs. Davis from Toy Story.
Yep. Andy's mom makes my list too. Great pick. I think she's fantastic. She's always there for her son, taking him here, taking him there. Obviously, I think she's a single mom because we never see the daddies, never mentioned. Mm-hmm. So she's a single mom taking care of 2 kids. She's fantastic throughout the movies. I totally connect with her when he goes off to college at the end and she's looking at the room and she gives him the hug and she's about ready to break down. Been there, done that. So I totally get it. She's a great mom. She's fantastic. I agree, 100%.
Yeah.
Great pick. Yep, great pick. Alex Downs, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. And let's see, Brian. Brian is, by the way, everybody, Brian is going on the 22nd, I think it is. He's going to Galaxy's Edge. He's got a cast member preview, so he's gonna come back and tell us all about it. I told him, I said, don't tell us too much. We want to be surprised.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right, Steve. So who's the next mom that's on your list?
I think it was mine, Mrs. Andy's mom.
Oh, that's right. That was yours. Okay. So the next one for me, obviously, this is probably one of the moms that makes the list for everybody, and that's Mrs. Incredible, Elastigirl from The Incredibles. She's a great mom. She's the jack of all trades or the mom of all trades. She does everything. She's a superhero and a mom. She does the cooking and the cleaning and the taking the care of the kids, and she still goes out and saves the world. She is awesome. I mean, she's a loving wife too to her husband. She takes care of her kids. She's awesome. I think Elastigirl is a great mom and really a great role model for girls to look up to that maybe one day want to be moms, to say, I want to be a mom like that. Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah. She was on my list too. She's just, I think moms are superheroes anyways, let alone her actual superhero job. So she made my list as well.
Yep. Absolutely. Couple people in the chat. AJC Magic says Sarabi, Simba's mom. It's a good pick. Mm-hmm. Disney Eye to Eye says Frida from Asgard is a good Disney/Marvel mom. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. I didn't include any Marvel or Star Wars in this list. I just did animated. Yeah, me too. Miguel says he won't be able to handle when his kids get that old. I get emotional now at how big they are, and they are 4 and almost 2. I can't imagine 18. 18. Mine's 18 and 23. It's tough. Maybe we'll have a stream on that one day. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. But yeah, there you go. Good pick there. And you're up next, buddy. Who's next?
Oh, let's see. Next, I'm gonna go with Eudora from The Princess and the Frog. So she's Tiana's mom.
Nice.
She a lot of Disney movies lack one or more parents. And when I was doing my college studies way back when, I could be incorrect, but if I'm remembering correctly, Walt bought his parents a house that in which they passed away due to carbon monoxide poisoning.
Oh my! So
when he first got wealthy, he bought them a house. That house is what caused their death somehow. So a lot of influence went into that with a lot of Disney movies and a lot of, especially earlier Disney movies, with the lack of parents involved in the movies. Nowadays, you can kind of see a lot of these. There's not a whole lot of, when you look at the list from top to bottom of mothers, when you go back to those early Disney movies, there's not a lot of mothers in those movies.
Right.
So now we see a lot of the mothers that are single mothers and raising children that have lost the fathers. And Eudora fits right into that perspective where she has her dream, her father passes. and her mother is there to help guide her. I mean, they don't always have a big presence in the movie, but you got to think what they've done for them. And, she gave her father's gumbo pot. And on top of that, she never lets her forget her dream and what she's passionate about. So her mother was just there for her every step of the way. So you adore her from Princess and the Frog.
Great pick. Great pick. I want to say hi to Christy's Corner. Welcome in that Florida feeling. Thank you for being here. Thank you both for being here. Everybody say hi to Christy's Corner and that Florida feeling. I have to admit, Steve, don't get mad. I've never seen The Princess and the Frog.
Oh,
I've not seen it. So I couldn't put her on the list. I've never seen The Princess and the Frog. I know we're probably going to lose everybody in the stream now.
It's in my top 3 Disney movies.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's got one of the best soundtracks, in my opinion, the best villain in Dr. Facilier. The movie is it's good from top to bottom, all the way around. Yeah, you need to watch that movie.
Look, Chrissy's Corner hasn't seen it either. Well, cancel the stream, Stacy says. Everybody's shocked. Dan, by the way, Dan said the best Disney mom is Walt Disney's mom. And he said mic drop, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay. But she wasn't in a movie. I don't think. Maybe she was. But anyway, and Disney Eye to Eye says, can I get some love from Mrs. Possible?
For who?
Mrs. Possible. I don't know who that is.
Oh.
Won't go see it.
Is that Kim Possible's mom?
Oh, probably. It just went right over my head. I'm like, who's Mrs. Possible? That's probable. See what I did there? No. Anyway, all right, next pick for me is, this is one of the first moms. We don't see her a lot, but I think she has an indelible effect on this movie and on people in general, and that's Bambi's mom.
Mm-hmm.
From Bambi. It's actually for an off-screen death that's on screen, if you know what I mean. It's in the movie, the actual death, but you don't see it. It leaves an effect for sure. And that's Bambi's mom. She's in the movie a little bit, very loving to her child. Basically, probably saves her child from death there. And I think she's a great mom who paid the ultimate sacrifice, of course, to save her child. But that's Bambi's mom.
Absolutely. She gave her life to protect her child, in my opinion. I agree with you 100%. And that part had such an impact that it even involves hunting today, when people tell their fathers, don't go kill Bambi's mom. I don't know how it's carried that far, but it has. And we've used reference to it, and some of my family and friends have as well. So yeah, Bambi's mom's definitely is definitely a bad one, for a bad moment on screen. So
I agree 100%. So that was mine. Next one for you.
I'm going to go with, well, somebody said it earlier. I'll say now, Sarabi from The Lion King. She gave birth to the king, and so, but she, not only is she protective, at the same time when Simba runs away and Scar takes over, she leads the rest of the female pride to stand up to Scar, to continue to do what's right, to speak out against him. And then she ultimately leads that battle in bringing the lionesses to help Simba achieve victory and recover his rightful place as king. So, yeah, Sarabi's an incredible mom.
Absolutely, 100% agree. You're right. She makes sure that she's there for the pride, even though Mufasa's gone, that she's going to lead the revolt against Scar and make sure that everything's done the right way. She's a great pick. I agree 100%. It's kind of sad she's not in the movie more.
Yeah.
For especially for a mom that's not dead, that you see a lot in these Disney movies. So I agree. Great pick for sure. I want to say hi to Jim. More sunshine, please. Welcome in. And there's Nathan. Rita, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. But great pick. Next for me is from Tarzan, Kala, the ape. Incredible mom. She loves him unconditionally from the very beginning. Even though he's different and he's not an ape, she understands and sees the connection. She understands he's a baby. She shows him love, teaches him the ways of her kind and their what do you want to call them, gorilla herd or whatever. And she just has unconditional love and saves him time and again from the leopard. Also saves him from the king of the gorillas as well. Kala's an awesome mom for sure.
Oh, absolutely. She's, she took over for Anna Elsa's and Tarzan's mom when they crashed. So, so yeah, she's
everybody else got that. I got it.
So yes, Tarzan and Kala to be able to take, and yes, it did fill a hole in her life, maybe, but she still loved him unconditionally. He is her son. So yeah, Kala is a great one.
Yep. Hey, Disney Nerd Herders, want to say hi to Disney Nerd Herders and also Blended Whiskey. Welcome in. Thank you for being here. Dan says Hera from Hercules, except in the actual myth where she tries to have Hercules killed and was forced to do 12 laborers. Very loving mom.
Oh, Dan and that history of his.
I know.
He could just stay with Disney.
Off on a tangent. No,
yeah.
And we love you, buddy. We're just kidding. All right, Steve, next for you. I got two more. And then actually I do have some Disney news I want to talk to everybody about.
Okay.
Go ahead. Next for you.
Okay, if we're going to narrow it down two more, I'm going to go with Queen Eleanor from Brave. And
she makes my list too.
She's a phenomenal, yes, she's hard on her child, but she wants what's best for her child. And that whole story is nothing but a mother and daughter's love for each other and trying to get to where they need to be. So, she protects her. Yes, teenagers don't always get what they want, and they're going to talk back to their mothers, but the sacrifices she made and even protecting her against Mordu and the people she's just a great mom, Queen Eleanor.
Yeah, I agree. She made my list too. The whole movie's about her and Merida, so it makes perfect sense. I think she's a great pick as well. She is a great mom and awesome pick for sure. She was one of the last two I had for sure.
Okay.
And then my last one for me is I think this is a mom we always forget about, but I think she's a great mom. She's a loving mom. She's a fun mom, and that's Kanga from Winnie the Pooh. She takes care of Roo. She's always there for him. She loves him and takes care of him and does the best she can with him and teaches him. I love Kanga from Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. No, yeah, she's one of those that you definitely can tend to forget about because she's not a main character, so to say, but she's definitely a great mom.
Yeah, I think so, for sure. And who's your last one? Who do you have?
Just a couple more from the universe. We won't talk about it. I'll just name off a couple, but sure. I think Grandmother Tala qualifies from Moana as well as her mom, Moana's actual mom, Sina. Then Mrs. Anderson from Inside Out. And, of course, one that a lot of people don't know is Mama Ida from the Good Dinosaur. That was the last one I really had on my list.
Yes. Good.
So a lot of people, if you haven't seen the Good Dinosaur, Mama Ida, the father passes again, saving the son. And the mom has to, even though she's not in the movie a whole lot, she has to hold the family together, do the farm work, and which is involves a lot. And she just kind of holds that family together. So Mama Ida from The Good Dinosaur.
I agree 100%. And what's funny about that is I wasn't a big fan of The Good Dinosaur. It was okay. I didn't think it was great, but you're right. For that role in that movie, she does a really, really good job. I agree 100%. And I want to say hey to Zoe, Wishing Mouse. Welcome in. Everybody say hi to Wishing Mouse. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So there you go, guys and gals. That is our list of female athletes and female Disney moms. Now, we still got 15 minutes left, so don't anybody go anywhere because I got some Disney news that came out this week that I want to get everybody's opinion on. Some interesting news that at least I think it's interesting, that I want to go over with you, Steve. So I don't know if you heard, Steve, that the space-themed restaurant over at Epcot is going to open this year.
I knew about the space theme restaurant. I knew about a lot of stuff, but I did not hear the newest news. I got cut off when I was trying to watch it the other day. I did not know that it was opening this year.
It is. Oh, by the way, Stacy, yes, I would think Grandmother Willow counts. I do. I think that she would count in Pocahontas because she is a mother. But yeah, it's going to open this year, and they said for sure that it. They didn't give us a specific time. I'm assuming end of the year because as I look at some of the construction photos, it still looks like it's pretty far off, but it looks pretty neat. Now I can see now the construction where it's kind of a half circle where it's going to look like you're looking out the window. It looks pretty cool, and I'm pretty excited about it. I don't know about you, but I think this is one of those places I can't wait to eat.
Oh, absolutely. I don't even like it. It's going to make it feel like you're in space. I mean, it's going to be, without being at Galaxy's Edge or that new Star Wars hotel, this is probably, even though it's not got Star Cruisers and all the other stuff there, it's going to be, it's space. You're looking out into space. And I love the concept when I first heard about it. But I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, me too. Want to say hi to It's Joey's World. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. What I'll say about this is, first and foremost, somebody asked, where is it? Is it over by the Odyssey? It's not. It's in between Test Track and Mission Space. There's kind of a little area in there, and they're putting it right in there. And it looks pretty good. You can see a really good shot of it while you're on Test Track as you're going 65 miles an hour. It'll be a quick view, but you can see a good view of it. And I'm excited by this. I can't wait to see it. But I think the one thing I'm worried about is the menu. What do we think menu is going to be like here? What do you serve in space?
Yeah, exactly. And it said unless they announced it the other day when they were giving out the announcement details about it coming this year. Very little has been offered about menu or price point. But all it has said so far is that it is going to be, I think it's going to be internationally inspired cuisine.
Yep, I'm reading that
from around the world. And then it'll also have a very large and wide selection of wine and beer, craft beer as well. So it's going to be an international, to me, it seems like it's going to be the one restaurant that encompasses all countries, and being in space where, you can, if you were to look back on Earth, which I'm assuming Earth will be into the panoramic somewhere,
right?
All those countries are combined on one planet, and I think that's what this is going to be about. You're going to be able to get cuisine from around the world.
Yep. A couple people in the chat said, "Will you?" Jim at More Sunshine says, "Will you be able to hear the Test Track though?" I'm going to say no. I think that the walls are going to be soundproof to the point that you can't hear that. Mm-hmm. I think they have to take that into account. That's an extremely loud noise that you have got to take extra precautions to make sure, or else it takes away from the theme. So I agree. And welcome in Chris Disney World Adventures as well. Dan says,
I saw it.
Dan says, I'll only eat there if the new Mission Space restaurant has no gravity. I don't know how that would work.
Did you see what else?
What he said?
He said, in space, no one can hear you eat.
That's true. They can't. Joey's World says the menu's going to be out of this world.
Yes.
It is. It certainly is. I can't wait to see it. Dehydrated space food, zippity doo dah. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, what are they going to have it all packaged?
Yeah, I like freeze-dried fruit, but I don't like freeze-dried anything else. So.
No. But you're right. International cuisine, and that's good. I mean, this is Epcot, so that makes sense. I'm still interested to see what the menu is going to be, though, overall.
Yeah.
But
I'm also glad they're not putting it in or next to a different country either around the showcase, because
doesn't fit.
This sets it apart, and now you can encompass it as a whole to where it's not just next to one country.
No, I agree. And not only that, it fits the theme of the area where it is for Test Track and Mission Space. And even Guardians of the Galaxy, to be honest with you. It fits the area. It just does. It's perfect. The synergy right there is perfect. And Brian says, and recycled gray water to drink. Yummy. I also wanted to go over, now this, I never did, what was the thing that they had down at Downtown Disney, that Disney Quest. I never did Disney Quest. But the NBA experience is coming. Mm-hmm. You have to pay to get in to the NBA experience.
Do you know how much it is?
Yes. It is $34 per adult and $29 for children ages 3 to 9. I don't understand this. And everybody in the chat, I in all seriousness, I need to know, Why do you charge for this? Why can't you go in for free? I'm not understanding.
Okay, I'll give you my perspective on it real quick. So Disney Quest was not free either. This is not a Disney. This is not in a Disney park where you pay admission to get into already. This is down at Disney Springs, and it's a whole nother different adventure. With Disney Quest, I can kind of tell you this. I know it'll be open by the time we get there if you wanted to go check it out. But it with Disney Quest, you paid. This thing was, if I'm assuming they're going to keep it kind of similar. Mm-hmm. This had 5, 6, or 7 floors in it with Disney Quest. It was just a bunch of different games and things you could do, interactive things you could do. So this NBA experience is kind of be the same thing. Yes. But when you go to get your tickets to Walt Disney World, every time I would go, I would get a pamphlet that came to me, and inside it would give my itinerary and tell me exactly what's going on. And maybe because I was an annual pass holder, I don't know. But in the very back of it, I always had 4 to 8 coupons for my family going. We usually they always give us a coupon for a free round of mini golf, and the other thing they always give us tickets for was free Disney Quest admission. Okay. So I don't remember the cost of Disney Quest because I never had to pay to go into it, but they may do something similar to this for people that stay on property. So despite the people that stay on property, this is Disney Springs where it's shopping and entertainment. They've got to make revenue somehow because it's not in the park. So this will bring this will charge the people that are not coming into the Disney parks just so they can't just go down there to do something. From a business standpoint, I understand it, but that's I think they'll give guests tickets to go see it.
But see, I would have thought what you could do is you could have something like they do with the ESPN zones, and Disney II kind of talked about that, where you go in, you make your money off your restaurant, you make your money off your merchandise, and whatever the interactive things are, you have to pay individually for the interactive experiences. That's how I thought they were going to do it. I didn't think they were going to make you pay $34, and then, does that include any kind of food? I'm sure it doesn't include merchandise, or is it just going to allow you to do the interactive things?
Yeah, I would assume the way Disney Quest was set up, you paid the price, you went in, it let you do all the interactive stuff and play all the games and do everything else that's there. But there was a restaurant that is on the dining plan, and then there was merchandise, but that had to be that you had to pay for that separately.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I just saw that, and I figured I'd kind of put it out there. I don't know about everybody else, but that's not something I think I'll probably partake in. Mm-hmm. But I'm not going to pay $35 when that's almost like half a ticket to get into a park. Somewhat, or a quarter of a ticket, for sure.
And if they do something where, again, like I said, if they give you free admission for the people that actually pay the prices to go to Disney World, then it's not as big of a deal to me, obviously, because we're going to Disney World anyways. We'll have a free admission and go in there one day.
That's true.
But I don't know if they're going to do that like they did with Disney Quest.
Gotcha. And somebody else had said it too, and I didn't want to talk about it too much tonight because I hoping that maybe we can have a stream down the road, is the full menus for Galaxy's Edge have been released. Mm-hmm. So I didn't want to get into that too much because I want to do a stream on that, but I'm excited. The actual food for Galaxy's Edge looks very good. Have you seen any of the photos of the food, Steve?
I have seen the photos. I mean, I'm like you, though. I'm really picky, so I don't know. I got to read in depth about what each one of these is, but the food pictures look brilliant. So I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to eat yet, but they do look brilliant.
It does. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about was all the gondolas over at the Hollywood Studios gondola area have been revealed, and they all look fantastic. But everybody said now that these are revealed, does it look like the gondolas are going to be open for business in August when Galaxy's Edge comes open? I personally do not think it will, and here's why. We've seen everything, and the testing has only been going on at Hollywood Studios. They haven't really been testing at any of the other locations. They just started testing at the Epcot location at the International Gateway. If you watch, their testing just started over there, and they have not taken off the covers over there for the gondolas. So I think it's going to be a while. What are your thoughts, Steve?
I think that if you do the math right now, they have to have 4,000 hours, I think it was, or something, some weird, ridiculous number of testing. And I think they've planned for that, and that's the reason why they're testing now. I don't think it will fully be open, but I at least think the parts at Hollywood Studios, at least going to Pop Century and whatever else the next close one is there, I think that will be open. And I think it has to be open to be able to handle the crowds for Galaxy's Edge, in my opinion. Okay. I think I think it's way too important. And I think they're going to get it open down around Epcot too for the Food and Wine Festival, which opens the same day. And I think that's the reason why they're starting testing at Epcot now. But I don't remember when Rob asked where I saw that. I saw that on somebody else's stream. It's whatever the safety protocols are. They have to have so many hours of testing. And I don't know if that's collectively between each gondola. I'm not sure how it works, but somebody gave some weird way off number that was just blew my mind. But testing now, though, allows for that to happen. And if they're already testing at Hollywood Studios and then they're going to test at Epcot, you only need that connection to make sense. But if they can add in Pop Century, or is it Caribbean Beach?
Yes,
and that's Caribbean Beach is the main hub.
And that's where I'm going to talk about next.
If they can get that together before then, that's a main focus of being able to get it ready.
Right. And Rob asked, when does it open, and how do the Skyliner hub areas look? As I'm looking at right now, photos of the Caribbean Beach Skyliner hub area, it's not anywhere near ready. The station's not anywhere near ready to open at all. As I'm looking at this, and this was just posted 2 days ago. So I think they still have a long way to go, and they are doing it in sections, and it may open sections at a time. Steve, you're right. That's not precedent. That's not precedent. Disney does that a lot in phases, but they're not anywhere near done. Now, the Skyliner station over at Epcot looks really close, over by the International Gateway. Looks pretty close, and that's probably why they've started testing. But like you said, 4,000 hours, they're not testing 24/7. I don't think. Maybe they are. But I don't know if 4,000 is the correct number. I know it was a ridiculous number. For some reason, 4,000 just sticks in my head. But I don't know if it's also a collective for each car. It may not be 4,000 run hours. It may be this car have to total up to 4,000. Whatever it was, somebody was given the safety specs on it, and the number was really large. But at the very least, I think, in my opinion, at least Hollywood Studios to Pop Century and Art of Animation is what I think it'll be open for sure by the time we go. I think they're going to want one aspect of it running. I hope so. I think it would be great, and I love the gondolas so far. I mean, some of the one I'm hoping, and I want to know what everybody in the chat thinks. I'm really hoping that the ones we've seen over at Hollywood Studios are not copied at the other stations. I want them all to be different. Dan said, remember to run your gondolas in the background of your laptop to get the gondolas monetized with its 4,000 hours. Yeah, they got to get the 4,000 hours. That's right. Hey, I wonder if you do that. I wonder if you keep running a video of the gondolas. Will that help with their hours? But I really hope that they don't put the same logos on the ones at all the different stations. I hope they're all different. Yeah, they look beautiful. I hope they keep them different as well. Yeah, I agree 100%. And Explosive Phoenix, I wish they would do Autopia at Magic Kingdom in Tomorrowland. I like that better than the Speedway. That's just my opinion. One more piece of news. I don't know if you heard. I know you said that was the last one you want to talk about. I haven't heard when it's coming out yet. It may have been you that mentioned it the other day about the Magic Bands. Have you heard about that yet? No. What you mean? The new ones that are coming out with the that you can order? Well, yes, but with every time you order to go down there, every trip you plan, you get a free colored wristband. Yeah. Now they're coming out with some of the actual patterned ones for a $10 upgrade. You can get a patterned one instead of getting the free colored ones. You can get it, but I don't know when that comes out yet. It's not out yet because I've tried. But yeah, you can get a patterned wristband now for guests staying on property for $10 upgrade. Absolutely, I agree 100%. Yeah, I did see that, and I think it's fantastic. And to only have to get it for $10, that's awesome too. Well, and I've got all the colors, so that's gonna be real good. What I wonder is, how Disney has all these different patterns that they put out. It's gonna be limited. Yeah, it's gonna be limited to ones that aren't selling. That's my opinion.
But it's not a plain colored one that I have already. So
no, that's true. That's true. But it's probably going to be older ones that you've seen in the parks before that probably aren't selling well, that they're going to sell on here for a discounted price, which is fine. Which is fine. But I don't think it's going to be a brand new one.
Yeah.
It just came out in the park. Yeah, and Stacy says he just checked today and the new Magic Bands are not up yet. But awesome. Okay, guys. Well, everybody, again, thank you so very, very much for joining us. I know we're at 9 o'clock. We're a little bit past. We appreciate everybody being here. I do want to run down some special thank yous. First and foremost, I didn't mention it in the onset. I want to thank Dean over at The Live Place, theliveplace.com. He hosts mostly all of these live streams that you see, family-friendly streams, Disney and other stuff too. Please go out and check out Dean over at theliveplace.com. He supports this community very much, and we appreciate him. Obviously, my two partner channels, Steve, of course, who is here, a wonderful partner channel. Steve, we're so honored to have you, buddy. Steve goes live every Monday with Monday Madness. Be sure to check him out. And, of course, Dan from Disney, Dan, who is in here, he also goes live on Saturday with Disney Fiasco. Please check out my partner channels. They're fantastic channels. We're trying to get Steve to 1,000 before Galaxy's Edge. We're trying to get Dan to 1,800s so that he can sing and jump up and down at the Frozen show. So if you haven't subscribed to their channels, there's reason to do so. And for me, if you get me to 1,500, guess what? I'll ride Tower of Terror, which I am extremely
and I will film it. So I want to. It's just gonna be right on you. So.
Oh, Patrick Zippity Doo That, thank you very much for that. And he says, "Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers in the chat." I will tell Melissa you said that as well. Thank you for that very much. Please, everybody, thank him. Thank Patrick for that super chat. That was very generous. Thank you, buddy, very much. Thank you, very generous. But of course, Tuesday nights, Mouse Madness, 8 o'clock. Disney Life goes at 10 with their Disney Talking Disney on Tuesday nights. Let me know, Steve, if I miss anybody, please, as I go over these nights. Of course, Wednesday nights is Meg. Wednesdays in Wonderland. Thursdays, we're back with our 8 p.m. Disney Talk with Melissa, who will be here with me on that. Chris Disney World Adventures goes live at 9 o'clock on Thursdays. And then 10 o'clock. Who am I missing at 10, Steve?
I need to get this. I have this whiteboard I'm going to write everything down on. I keep forgetting to do it. So.
But it may not be anybody else. But Friday nights, of course, is Resort TV 1. Zippity Doo Dad went live last Friday. I don't know if he's going live every Friday, but check him out as well. Of course, Rob Fuzz goes live on Fridays as well. I think 4:30s with Frankie Fridays or Pup Talk. And then Saturdays is Disney Dan with Disney Fiasco. And, of course, we're on at 8 with our SportsNite. And I think Explosive Phoenix goes after us at 9. And then Sundays, we finish up with Disney Life for Me with Jeopardy. Lots of different streams. Every night of the week there's a stream, isn't it, Steve?
And I think Dole Whip Dad is on after them on Sundays as well.
Yes.
And he has a show with Mr. Gonzo PR on Fridays as well, I think, as well, too. So.
Yep, absolutely. Great streamers. Everybody is every night.
Real quick, have you officially changed to 8 o'clock on Thursdays?
Yes, official.
Okay, so and then Dan said, remember the time change for next week.
Yep. And you know what? More sunshine, please. I'm sorry, Jim. I forgot you, buddy. Jim goes live. I think it's Thursdays before me at 7:30, if I'm not mistaken. And Jim, please put it in the chat, buddy, for me if you could. I think that's everybody. But everybody, thank you very much for joining us tonight. Again, thank you to Patrick for the super chat. This community is wonderful. We do this on Saturday nights because we love talking sports, but we love hanging out with all of you too. Steve, would you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. Without you guys, obviously, we wouldn't be here. The love and support you guys give myself as well is incredible. I just want to thank you all so much. Thank all the mothers out there again for your special day tomorrow. Please recognize those that you love. Wall, I could not be happier that you're my partner channel. Thank you so much. And Rob Fuzz is my other partner channel as well. But you guys are the support we get from this community is incredible. And again, we could not do it without you guys. So thank you all so much.
Yeah. Welcome back, Zoe, by the way. And everybody, be sure to say hi to Zoe. We haven't seen Zoe in a while, and it's good to see Zoe back lately. She's been there on Jeopardy on Sunday nights, and it's good to see her back for sure. And everybody, thank you very much. Jim goes live on Tuesdays at 7:30.
I thought he was Tuesdays. And D&G is also on Wednesdays as well after Meg.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll have to do up a chart.
Yeah.
And Eye to Eye also.
I'm going to put it over here. Oh, yeah, Eye to Eye's on
7:30 on Thursday. That's who it is.
Yeah.
Yes. Disney Eye to Eye, 7:30 on Thursdays.
We got to put it together.
So. Yeah, we'll get it. There's a lot of streams, lots of great streams. But thank you all. Go ahead, Steve. I'm sorry.
Sorry. One more. Disney Dan says, Steve, don't forget to hunt props with Rob Fuzz. I won't, Dan. So that's a video game thing we've got going on. So
okay.
I'm definitely going to take care of that.
And everybody, just so you know, if you get Steve to 1,000, he's going to give whoever the 1,000th subscriber is, he's going to give you every single one of those toys on his bed.
No. Two things are going to happen. Number one, I'm not doing that. Number two, nobody's going to subscribe until $9.99. So that is not happening.
I'm just kidding, everybody. I'm kidding. I just wanted to see how Steve would react to that. Oh, my gosh. You're funny, buddy. All right, everybody. Oh, Disney Nerd Herders, 10 a.m. on Sunday mornings as well. There you go.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, everybody. Well, I said that, and about 10 minutes later, here we are. But I appreciate everybody. Dan, thank you for being here, buddy, my partner channel. Steve, thank you, pal. I love this on Saturday nights. It's fantastic. And everybody, please take care of yourselves and each other. Happy Mother's Day, all the moms out there. We love you. You're the reason why we're all here.
Yeah.
That's the truth. But thank you all very, very much. You guys take care. Moms, take care. Happy Mother's Day. Take care of yourselves and each other, everybody. Have a great night. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.